how pyramid shape influences living and non-living. Why everyone is giving so much attention and importance to the Great Pyramid of Giza. The word pyramid came from two words, pyro and amid. All life is connected, the oneness of the universe. Myself, Ambily from Arizona, USA. And let's get into today's Swadhyaya. And today's topic for presentation is a very familiar topic for all of you. It's pyramids. I started using pyramid hat for meditation only for the past 1 month. But I know most of you had been using it for a long time and have so much experience with it. And some of you even went to Giza Pyramid and did meditation there. How blissful. So honestly, I'm waiting for the end of the presentation to hear from all of you about your experiences and experiments with the pyramid. So now let's start. And let me share my PowerPoint. Can you all see my screen? Can you give me a thumbs up, please? Okay, thank you. So the book name is The Secret Power of Pyramids. It was written in 1974 by two authors, BillSchul and Ed Pettit. And here is the book. Now, about the authors. BillSchul was a researcher of meditation, healing, consciousness, and psychic work. Whereas Ed Pettit's background was in physical science. He ran experiments on plants, liquids, metals, and humans. And together, they explored how pyramid shape influences living and non-living systems. Now, overview of the book. There is 13 chapters in the book, but I chose only a few due to the time constraint. And in the book, they say the pyramidal shape with the precise ratios centered on north-south axis seems to reflect, generate, and accumulate certain energy fields. And also they observed it has effects on human body and consciousness, liquids, plants, solids, and metals. And they say the presence of metal inside the pyramid impacts the result. Now, on to chapter 1, Ancient and New Miracle Worker. In this chapter, the authors focusing on the Great Pyramid of Giza. This is a picture of it. And it is one of the 7th wonders of the world. And we all know the construction and purpose of Giza Pyramid is still a mystery. Researchers are still ongoing. And here the authors exploring 3 possibilities as of how it was built. 1, they say it could be built by an advanced ancient civilization. 2, they say it could be built with the guidance from higher intelligence from a different planet. And I saw the same information in a different book. It's The 3 Waves of Volunteers by Dolores. And we know our Savida master presented it very beautifully. So in that book, actually the author hypnotizing a person called Richard. And Richard says, on the previous lifetime, he was in another dimension and was taking care of a pyramid. And he also says that that pyramid was built by ancient ones from a different world. So that goes with this. So, and we are getting like 2 points from that. One, pyramids are in other dimensions too. And also pyramids can be built by ancient beings or higher beings from another planet. And the third one, they say it could be with the guidance from higher intelligence only, but in the form of intuition. And others also believe that it was not just a tomb, but an energy generator or amplifier. We'll see the details of it in the coming chapters. On to chapter 2, the historical enigma. Here the authors asking, like, even though we have many pyramids all over the world, and even in Egypt there are actually around 30 major and minor pyramids. Still, why everyone is giving so much attention and importance to the Great Pyramid of Giza? And they are saying it is because it is the largest, most perfect, and precisely aligned pyramid. And it has about 2.6 million stones, each weighing anywhere from 2 to 70 tons. And its joints are less than 1/15 inch wide. And it has more masonry than all English churches since the time of Jesus. And it is believed that the Great Pyramid was built in the 4th dynasty. And also, it was believed that there is so much treasures, valuable documents, etc. inside the pyramid. So by around 820 AD, a young caliph called Al-Mamun decided to make an entrance into the pyramid, because he, along with the hundreds of engineers and architects, tried to find an entrance to the building for 3 to 4 days, but they totally failed. So they decided to build an entrance to get into the pyramid. And soon after, they realized that it's not at all an easy job, because the chisels and hammers could not even scratch the stones. So they had to heat the stone to red hot and then pour cold vinegar onto the stone to break it. And then they had to break open the walls with battering ram. This is the picture of a battering ram. And after all that struggles, they could not find any mummies, any treasures, or any documents there. So some scholars think that it was used for, the Great Pyramid was used for spiritual initiation. Chapter 3, Mysterious Energy Fields. And we know pyramid is all about energy. And here they say the word pyramid came from 2 words, pyro and amid. Pyro means fire or energy, and amid means center. So, and based on ancient symbolism, fire is equivalent to universal energy. So that suggests that pyramids are center of universal energy or life force. And in one of the videos, Pradeep sir mentioned that pyramids amplify and radiates the cosmic energy. Sir also said pyramids has a sacred geometry with the golden angle, and due to this, the cosmic energy get coupled with Earth's magnetic field, and it creates a new energy called pyramid energy. And the book also notes that the apex of the pyramid has more energy than other parts. And some clairvoyants inform that they have seen energy rising from the apex of the pyramid. A picture found from the notebook of a pyramid researcher for more than 20 years. He was in Florida, and it showed that the flow of energy through the apex. And also, pilots have been warned not to fly too close above the pyramids. Chapter 4, Pyramids and Plant Power. Here we are looking into the experiences and the results they found by Clive Baxter and Sir J.C. Bose. Clive Baxter was a polygraph expert, and we all know polygraph is used for lie detection. And here he used a modified polygraph, and he found that plants react to other animals, including humans' emotions and thoughts. And as part of the experiment, he decided to do a threat to well-being to a plant. And for that, he decided to burn one of the leaves of the plant. But even before doing that, as soon as he had that thought, the plant reacted in an agitated way. And it did the same thing. I mean, the plant did the same behavior when he dropped a brine shrimp into boiling water. He repeated the experiment by putting 3 different plants in 3 separate rooms away from the boiling water. And then he randomly, like a machine, randomly put the brine shrimp into boiling water. And each time, at the exact time, all 3 plants reacted in an agitated way. So he conducted many similar experiments and came to the conclusion that all living things have deep cellular communication, which points to the philosophy of all life is connected, the oneness of the universe. And coming to Sir J.C. Bose's experiments, he proved that plants have nervous system and they respond to external stimuli similar to animals. Plants show reactions like pain, joy, fear, excitability, shock, etc. And Swami Paramahamsa Yogananda notes in one of his books, he watched Dr. J.C. Bose doing the experiment of cutting the stem of a plant. And he saw the plants react, how the plants react to that. It trembled spasmodically and then violently and then eventually died. So, plant death convulsion is similar to that of an animal. Now, pyramids' effect on plants. As I mentioned earlier, there are numerous experiments done on this field, and here is the conclusion. Seeds sprout faster inside pyramids, and also pyramid-treated water enhances plant growth. And also plants near the apex grow fastest. They also did some experiments with metals near the plant inside the pyramid. And they used gold and aluminum for it. And it was very interesting to see the plant's behavior when they used the gold. They put a 22 karat gold foil inside the pyramid along with the plant. And the pyramid, the plant reached way over to coil around the gold foil. Finally, it went back in the opposite direction, but it came back in a much faster speed than in a normal case. But they saw the opposite behavior with the aluminium. It seems like aluminium blocks pyramid energy, but if we keep aluminium inside the pyramid for 2 weeks or so, it absorbs the pyramid energy and gets saturated with it, and then it won't show that inhibiting property anymore. But if you place aluminium outside the pyramid, then it loses that pyramid energy and get back to its normal property. And they also notice that magnet stops plant movement. And the authors say some of the people were asking them if they can build a greenhouse in the shape of a pyramid. And the authors saying that even though they have like a many positive results, some of the plants behave negatively. So they are saying we need more research on this area before doing anything like that. Now the golden chapter, the pyramid and altered states of consciousness. Let's see a few people's experiences. And the first one is one of the author itself, BillSchul. He was sitting inside a plastic pyramid, and first he went into a profound silent state. Then he lost the sense of self and went into a witness state. And he says he does not know how long he sat there. And he beautifully explains his return back to the normal state. In his own words, all was suspended, but from somewhere there slipped in a fragment of time and a small rent in space, and I was again. It was me, on a concrete floor, inside a plastic pyramid. How beautifully he described that. And what do we get from that? Means space and time does not exist in pure consciousness. And he says afterwards, he felt a deep sense of contentment and peace. And his next experience seems like it's an out-of-body experience. Here again, another time, he was inside the plastic pyramid. And then he says the next thing he saw is like he is standing in front of the Great Pyramid. And then he saw he's inside the pyramid. And he was taken by higher spiritual beings to different parts of the pyramid. And when he came out of the meditative state, he is saying he felt more real than imagination. Now, here is a profound one. Dr. Paul Brandon. This was happened inside the Great Pyramid. And Herodotus says they are not aware of anyone who spent a night alone in the Great Pyramid, and no one was allowed to do it either. Somehow, Paul Brandon got the permission to do that, and he spent a night alone in the Great Pyramid. And he went to the king's chamber. Here is a picture of the king's chamber. He went to the king's chamber, sat down, turned the light off, closed his eyes, started doing meditation. Initially, he went into a passive mind state. Then soon he realized he is not alone in the room. He felt the presence of something or someone, and it was negative energies. And they tortured him for some time intensely. And he later, in his books, he said that he will never forget it. It was that intense. And then the magic happened. The evil was replaced by purity. There appeared some demigod-like beings. And they also told him he shouldn't have been here, but he totally refused to leave. Then they taken him to the hall of learning. And here this reminded me about the hard test one has to go through when entered deep into devotion or spirituality. I can connect myself to that. About 10 years ago, my brother, whom I am so much attached to, he got into deep devotion, and then he encountered with so much challenges in life. it was hard for me to see himself and his family going through all that. And to divert myself from that, I got into deep spirituality. And then, of course, I was also encountered with the challenges. For me, it was in the form of major illness. At that time, I was 40 and I got a stroke, which affected my vision, my body strength, balance, cognition, focus, everything. That was such a hard time. And with all that, I was like in a depressive state. It was like not clinically diagnosed or anything, but my emotions was always like that. I was so sad. And first of all, I don't have any energy to do anything. It was like I'm drained. And then absolutely no motivation to do anything. And in that time, in that recuperative period, one of our family friends invited us for dinner, and we all went there. And my son was around 9 years at that time. And it was so hard to feed him at the time. And then I noticed at their home, he was literally inhaling food. That shook me because that shows that the kid wasn't getting proper food. I was like, it's my responsibility to feed my kids. It's my responsibility to take care of my family. I have to get back to my normal. And I never gave up on my spiritual practices, even though it was very hard. Because before I becoming ill, I was like constantly listening to spiritual speeches to get my attention away from like all the other thoughts. But after I got ill, all I know is I'm turning on the audio or video, the spiritual one. But in 2 minutes, I'm gone. My attention is totally gone. I don't even remember I was like listening to the speech. But still, I did not give up. And here I am, totally normal, advanced in every single aspect, especially after starting TOT. So a deep gratitude to Pradeep sir and team. Coming back to the book. Authors does not think Dr. Paul Brenton revealed all the higher secrets or all the higher knowledge he received from the higher spiritual beings. Instead, he summarized it in one of his later books as the mystery of the pyramid is the mystery of your own self. Now, let's get into Napoleon's encounter. Napoleon Bonaparte, he conquered Egypt and visited Giza Pyramid and decided to spend some time in the king's chamber alone. And he did so. But when he came out, he was pale and shaken. When others asked him if anything mysterious things happened there, he is like, no comments. And also, he said he does not like to get reminded about that anymore. But close to the end of his life, he was about to say it, but then he said, no, no use. You wouldn't believe me. So we know some mystery happened there. And the authors also done some experiments with people who have no prior knowledge about pyramids. And they made them sit inside pyramid for a while or had them do meditation. And when they came out of the pyramids, they reported peace and solitude, clear mind, strong heartbeat sensation, tingling energy, and better mentation next day. Also, some other researchers suggest pyramids can amplify thoughts and intentions. And also, Pradeep sir on his video said pyramids will help us to reach to a meditative state faster. He said, if especially for the beginners, he said, for a person, for example, if he takes like a 30 minutes to get into the no thought state, if he is taking the help of a pyramid to do meditation, he can reach to that state in 10 minutes. And the last chapter, the pyramid, window to the universe. Basically, the authors came to the conclusion that pyramids are more than monuments. And because scientific probes like a radar, cosmic ray detection, electromagnetic scanning, etc., have repeatedly failed or produced inconsistent data, the pyramid resists full understanding. And they think it could be because the pyramid was built to reveal its secret only to those worthy physically, mentally, and spiritually, requiring inner growth and advanced consciousness. The authors also says the pyramid's functions are essential for addressing major global challenges like food shortages, pollution, decreasing energy resources, war, and global conflict. Let's see how it is. The food shortages can be solved because pyramids enhances seed germination, enhances plant growth, and improves food preservation. And pollution. Some tests suggest that pyramids can purify water, air, and soil. And regarding the energy, so far we have found that pyramids is like all about energy. It amplifies and radiates energy. So that's a solution for that. And war and global conflict. What's the opposite of war and conflict? Peace. And we all know how we can get the true peace or deep peace through meditation. And how does pyramid help with the meditation? Pyramids help the person to get into the meditative state faster and also helps to get into the deeper states of meditation. So, in short, pyramid shape, focus or amplify energy fields. Pyramids affect plants, water, food, metals, and humans. And humans experience peace, clarity, and heightened awareness, and so on. And Great Pyramid likely built for energetic or spiritual purpose and for human growth. And secrets may reveal themselves only to people with inner growth. And with that, I'm concluding the session and deep gratitude to Pradeep sir and the entire team and to the organization Breath Energy Health Foundation for giving so much wisdom, for helping to leave me in a golden middle path, and for having like so much inner growth and changes in every single aspect. Thank you so much.
Just
Thank
want
you.
to ask, does it talk about pyramid caps? This book
Pyramid
talks
what?
pyramid caps.
They are mentioning about it in one of the chapters, and they are saying there is like talking about the hat of the priest in ancient Egypt. It was that shape, and also they are saying the divan's hat or cap used in ancient Europe in schools as a punishment for the kids. And its shape is like a pyramid or pyramid. And they are saying it may not be used to ridicule the kid, but to provide the kid with some mental focus and energy. And yes, they do talk about that in the book. And also,
Okay.
I do personally use it and I see the benefit. Clearly, I see the benefit.
Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Actually, I want to know I'm from Coimbatore. I'm new to this. I'm interested in buying that. So could you please share the details, from where exactly I can get that Sri Chakra? Really, Yeah, I'm interested in buying.
Maybe Jungle Sir can share the info, and also Dr. I don't want to say the name wrong. Doctor who just talked about it can share the details or link in our group, so all can be benefited. Yes, 1 second.
I'm not in your group actually. Somebody
Oh,
shared the
okay.
link, and today I've started attending this actually.
Yes, 1
Yes, ma'am,
second,
I will
Dr.
share my
Srivartini.
contact.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, I'll contact my mobile number in the chat. You can just have my mobile number, ma'am. Those of you
Okay.
not in the TOT group.
Yes, before concluding, would like to ask you one question. Like, have you ever experienced this pyramid? Like, you have done any experiment?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, as I said, I started using the pyramid hat just like for 1 month only. Initially, I used the paper one. It didn't seem to be very effective and didn't made much difference. But then online, I ordered a copper one, and since I started using that, yes, I see significant changes. The quality of the meditation is entirely changed. I can go to deep meditative state faster, and I can feel the energy, as Jungle Sir said, I can feel the energy all around my scalp and all. And I feel like the quality is totally increased. And as a result, I can see the inner qualities and the inner strength, and everything has changed significantly. And actually, it's my friend Rini who made me the paper pyramid, and her husband is going to build a wooden pyramid for me, like a big one, so that I can sit inside and meditate. Yeah.
Okay. Good, very good. So it's like everyone should experiment by their own, like these pyramids, and we will have like amazing experiences.